Microphone. Yes. Is the rundown. In the rundown, we merely rock with my boy CONRAD, Mr.
Poppin'?
Yellow Pages. Welcome.
What's poppin'?
How are you, baby?
Oh, I'm running pillar to post. Like I'm running pillar to post.
You see, you're just like a this is how you talk, though. You talk in metaphors all day, every day. Mm-hmm. And that's why you're a writer.
I'm a writer.
And that's why you have your own podcast.
Yes.
Because you talk in metaphors all day. So you have to transfer that energy somewhere.
Yo, there's a lot going on inside of me. There's a lot.
That's what,
Yeah.
That's what he said.
That's what they said.
That's what they said. This is my brother from another.
Yes. We go back up, girl.
Yo, your energy is crazy.
Yo.
So tell us what you have going on. I know you're a stylist, designer. What else you got?
So I'm a stylist. I am a stylist enthusiast. I am a fashion stylist. I am a fashion storyteller, fashion blogger, fashion vlogger. I'm just fashion.
No, I appreciate that. So give us some fashion do's and don'ts, Mr. I am fashion.
Do's. Do you? That's my fashion.
Love
do
it.
Like, do you?
Love it.
I just look back a couple years. Well, even though I really did do me, but I could have did me more. And I look back in the past and be like, why stop?
Right.
Why I ain't take it there? You know what I mean?
Right.
So you don't want to have that regret, even though, as you know, and the world knows that I always was outside the box a little bit.
Right.
But,
Right.
Don't. I mean, we don't got enough time for that.
give me a top two. Top two
for the winner.
What makes you cringe? What fashion?
Oh, white shoes. I hate white shoes. I hate them. Like, unless you got all white on, then
even if you got all white on. You better put
I like white sneakers. I like white sneakers.
Okay.
I don't like white shoes.
Like heels.
Yeah, it's just like an eyesore. Like. Like, unless you do it right. I've seen it done correctly, but unless you do it right, that's like,
I hate white sunglasses. I think are so tacky, but.
No, I feel you, because it's like you just got the whole horizon on your eyelids.
You're so funny. And what's another don't?
Another don't. I would say, people that wear people that wear too tight clothing. So it's one thing to be bodycon, and there's one thing to have on something that's too tight. Like you got on like a tight suit that you could dodge, rain, even drops in. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it. Just yeah. Can I do a bonus?
I knew they were gonna come. I knew they were gonna come. Go ahead.
The bonus is when you don't dress for occasion. I hate when people like come to award shows. Let's just put that out there. And I'm not talking about anybody particular, I don't think. And
I don't know if I'm throwing shade. I'm gonna throw it.
No, I'm just saying. But you just look like you out of place. Like, so you should know, as a business person, you should know your business brand. And that could be an area, that could be a limit. However, you should know that limit, and you should still dress for that occasion, but still do you. Right. So it's like a balancing system. Yeah.
Yo, those are pretty good.
Thank you. I mean, they just came.
Those were pretty good. I know if I let you talk, you're gonna be like, and
can I get a bonus?
You are so funny. So what you got going on? You have your Yellow Pages podcast.
Yes.
Now this is different than a normal podcast because you're releasing it like a EP.
Like an album. Okay.
What are you doing? CONRAD?
I got my producer in the house, by the way. So, because he got to straighten it out. So,
yes.
So it's my fashion podcast is called The Yellow Confessions. It's a spoken blog series.
Okay.
So what I did is I released it like an album. I have a big infatuation when I was younger with like album covers, the recording process, how artists used to tour their album. Like, I'm on your platform right now touring this, promoting this. So what I wanted to do was kind of I did arrange the album, I'm gonna call it the album. I arrange my album sonically by theme. So it goes in order. I give you an intro, which is the pilot, and I go into themes like love, life,
travel, friendship,
how to survive in this creative business.
Yeah.
You know, and then what I did was you can listen to it in order.
Okay.
And even I listened to it in order and things, and it was depressed. By the time I got there, I mean, it's good, but it takes you through a wave of emotions. Or like any album, when it comes out, you can, you know, pick a track that looks interesting to you, and then let it sit on that and digest it. I'm a digester.
Right.
I like to eat music. I like to eat material. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm feeling hype right here, right?
I'm like, that sounds good. I like to eat.
I like to eat. I like to digest it. I'm real caught up in themes. I'm caught up in titles, and I like to make people feel, you know, whether that be visually or whether that be just, you know, sonically now. So
so you know, people are visual learners, right?
Yes.
Visual.
Yep.
This is just
sonic.
Okay.
Well,
so how do you keep people engaged? Yeah.
So what I did for the Yellow Confessions was this was my one project, and I know you're gonna probably laugh at this, but this is my one project where I didn't listen to anybody. See, I knew she was gonna laugh.
I just laugh everything you said. You're
so
funny to me.
I wasn't going to, because I think a lot of people think like whatever, but I do listen to my creative friends sometimes. And this time around, I said, no, I'm about to just do me,
right,
and do whatever I want to do,
right,
whatever the case may be. And it was very liberating. It was my therapy, low key. So
how long is each track?
2 hours, so
and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
each track is an hour in.
Well, one of them is shorter. One of our shorter shows is like 47 minutes.
This is me high off coffee.
But I encourage CONRAD at the conclusion of the album. Well, maybe we should cut down content just so sonically we can keep everybody engaged.
Right.
Yes.
And just, you know, engaged and just interested, because you don't want to talk them out.
Right.
But out of the review so far, they've actually wanted it to continue nonstop. Like, the content is good. The content is really good. So you would kind of, the way I've kind of coached CONRAD and produced CONRAD's album, each show, is to just be organic and be real. Because when you have an authentic conversation, people automatically kind of gravitates toward that conversation.
Right.
And like, even when I'm listening to my shows, my podcast over, just to get like, how did it flow? If was it some things that just wasn't sonically right? Was it some things that flowed perfectly? I tend to get lost in the conversation and reply to the things that we're talking about, and then 2 seconds later my voice come on and I'm saying the same thing I'm saying in my head. So it's just like that natural flow of conversation. We ended up actually extending the time, so our goal was 40 minutes to a minute and 30, but we ended up going more because the content called for more.
Right.
So it's just, we let it go. Like, this is the first album. We get the reviews, we see what it is, and once we get back to work, now, okay, do we shorten some episodes, or do we lengthen some? Well, we're not going to go to 2 hours. We're not doing that. But it's just more so like, based off of what we get from, you know, just feedback and reviews, we tweak the content that way. Like, I already gave him some ideas as I'm editing. Because I'm editing, I'm listening, and I'm like, okay, well, we should do this differently. To shorten the content, we should, you know, include me less when you have a guest, and kind of just flow off each other, and I just chime in a little bit. Okay, just so to shorten.
These tracks do include guests.
They do.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay.
So I did talk to everybody.
So who are some of your guests?
So I chose my
how do you choose
features.
Your guests? Okay, your features. Yes, your features.
Well, actually, I was going to really have you on there, and I still am. We talked about this, but my production schedule, it was just crazy, and my schedule was crazy, and your schedule was crazy. So you can't have two crazy schedules being crazy.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna take a lot of crazy. I'm gonna take that. Yeah.
Seriously, because I had to cut it like at one point. So, it was just relevancy to the topic, because I wanted to be authentic. Like, for instance, like you know, me and you talk, and I told you about like an idea I had that would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So the way I choose my features is just they were relevant to the topic.
Right.
Yeah. And I like to talk to everybody in the room. So people don't really know Dev's on it because he's the producer, but I think that's a little added spice to it.
Right.
I'm just a voice in the background.
Yeah.
Dev, now I know Conrad personally. Okay.
Yes.
How do you even manage dealing with Conrad? Because I know his thoughts and ideas, it can be all over the place sometimes. And him, even when he speaks, he can be all over the place sometimes, and he can drive his own self crazy. How do you, as a producer for Conrad, get him to focus and narrow his thoughts and ideas down and make everything just whole and sound?
Well, I'm a creative by nature, so I'm kind of the same way, but I'm more organized with my creative thoughts and juices and energy. And
right. So he's basically unorganized. Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah,
for real. No kidding.
My thoughts are just a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot in them, and they're deep. So so at least this first album was a complete experiment. We meet each other. We figuring it out. So we recorded 3 episodes before we actually had our track 1. Yeah. We know what our track 1 is. The one that we know that would make the album.
Right.
But I allowed him to kind of just get comfortable, because when you get into a new thing like podcasting, radio, whatever, that first initial sit down is the worst. Right. Because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to
I can
craft yourself.
To that. Yes.
But once I got the feel for Conrad, I started saying, okay, no, we're not doing that. Nope, we doing this. And he'd shoot me a text when I'm editing or something after the show. He's like, you're gonna hate me, but and I'd be like, it was fine. Just let me work. If I gotta move stuff around while I'm editing, I can do that. But it was good. Let me do what I do. And let me just connect your thoughts.
Right. What advice would you give Conrad?
Come on. Get this on camera.
The advice I would give Conrad is to just keep creating.
Amen.
Don't stop. Allow yourself to create how you're used to, because what'll happen is I will bring everything together full circle. So just allow yourself to create. Bring the idea for. I actually already planted the seed for next album. Yeah. I told him, all right, you got 3-4 weeks, and then we back to work.
I'm on it. I'm resting.
Yeah, he really the funny thing is he really treated this like an album. He recorded it. We mixed it down. We had a little listening type thing with some of the previous guests, and then which we said we're not doing that again. No. But everything went like an album, and then as soon as he dropped it, he just left. Ghost. Not in Rochester. He's everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where that was his tour, and all you see is the yellow confessions. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm mixing down the visuals because we do have visuals coming.
When they come now?
Right.
We said what? January? You said January.
So you're gonna make.
So it's this is all sonically right now. Enjoy this right now. And then in January, now you can enjoy it, looking at us in studio, actually being with us. So everything is marketing, is putting it out at the right time, and it's not just overloading everybody with everything all at one time. So it's giving us time to actually go in, get the right fonts, get the right transitions, get the right this, get the right that. It's really a process. We're on break right now, but by the time we release those visuals, we'll probably be done or in the middle of album 2.
I'm off tour.
Yeah.
It's time to work.
It's time to work, man. Trust the process. Trust the process. And as a rundown with Racqui B, we got more with Conrad and Devin when we get back. Stay locked in. Oh, you see, why did you do that? Why did you do that, Stunt? You know that's my song. How can you bring me back in with that? Now I just want to go back on break so I can dance. Thank you, Stunt. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
I bet. That is my song. Okay, hold on. Hey, wait. Moment. Let me just.
I'm just trying to get you ready for this week's Saturday.
This week's Saturday, the
I'm
Soca
definitely
party.
Trying to get you ready for this week's Saturday.
It's gonna be. I'm hosting a Soca party. It's gonna be crazy this Saturday. You coming? No.
I can come. I'm gonna be here.
You gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere.
You know where it's at? You know where it's located?
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King. The little
But you've been on soca though, like years ago.
I grew up.
She grew up on soca.
Yeah,
I grew up on soca.
But everybody else don't know that though.
I grew up on it. Okay, that is.
Is that a ticket? Is this a giveaway?
No, listen, this is a soca event. This is one of the first soca events. There's a lot that's going into this.
Oh.
It's a lot of people say that there's not anything for a lot of West Indian, meaning like soca wise.
Right.
So we decided as Power Squad to throw a soca event.
That's dope.
One of the first soca event, not soca versus reggae.
Just
It's gonna be reggae warm up.
right.
That's gonna be played in the beginning.
Right.
But after that first hour, for the rest of the night, is all you're gonna hear.
That's dope.
So
no
this
hip
one gonna
hop.
lose her mind.
huh?
No hip hop.
Read what it says.
I can't
Soca Kingdom.
Oh, you were trying to be funny. I'm really reading this like.
read. Yeah, I'm like, I can't read.
Like, is there a fine line in here somewhere I didn't see? Like no hip hop.
Let me ask you a question. When you went to Toronto, you heard any other than that club that we went to? All the other rest of the stuff you hear a lot of soca, right?
Yeah, soca. That's what it was. Carnival.
Right.
So the big West Indian population in Toronto though.
Yeah, a huge West Indian population.
It's it's like Toronto's like New York.
Yeah.
So you have a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
You know? So there's a lot of people from here that we saw in Toronto, and we was like, wait, you're not West Indian.
About soca?
No, it's not that. You're not West Indian.
Right.
You're not West Indian.
Oh, I see that every day on my timeline.
So it's like
fake Indian. Well, I don't know.
Fake Indians, Jamaicans.
The fakins.
The Jamaicans.
well, you got a lot of you got a lot of West Indians that are they were born here, but their parents are West Indian.
Right.
So you're still considered West Indian.
Oh, you're foreign. You're foreign.
Once you're in that house, you're gonna get that culture.
Right.
It's not an if or but about it.
Right.
I feel you.
Okay.
Or if you hang out with a West Indian,
I grew up around them.
you're gonna be one eventually.
What if you grew up around them? Does that count?
I mean, I'm not claiming it, but I grew up around. I do grow up again, and
Yes.
shout out again.
Yes.
And
Shout out
everybody
again.
else, and everybody else. Like I'm low key Jamaican.
Jamaican.
Cause I love Jamaican food. Like I wish I had some.
Why everybody that eat Jamaican food swear that it makes them Jamaican?
No. I just grew, and you know what? Okay, so cause you Jamaican too. You not Jamaican? Oh, I thought you was.
All the fake Jamaicans want to co-sign.
So
no.
the best Jamaican food is in someone's kitchen. It's not these restaurants. They come pretty close.
Nah, you got a couple of restaurants here that
who?
Jerk
Let me
know.
They put coconut milk in their rice.
Irish parents place too.
And Livy's.
Well, y'all need to text me these.
Jerk Hut. Listen, Jerk Hut has the real jerk chicken. Like some of the Jamaican restaurants here, they barbecue, they grill it outside and then put like some sweet
barbecue sauce,
quote unquote jerk sauce on it. It's like, here's your jerk chicken.
Everybody do jerk chicken different.
But jerk chicken, it's marinated. Isn't it marinated overnight? That's why it's jerked.
Yeah.
It's marinated in jerk.
Yeah.
Right, and it gives it that spice.
Yeah.
These Jamaican jerk chicken.
This is the Pisces joint right here.
Shout out to my Trinidadians that make the roti and the player.
Yes.
What about hold on.
Guyanese.
Saltfish.
Saltfish. Yeah. Saltfish. Porridge.
He wanna be.
Yeah.
He trying.
I grew up around them. So I ain't claiming it, but
you know what I used to do for Americans? I ain't even gonna lie. I used to teach them all the bad words, but not let them know what it is. Like I tell them the B word, not the female word, but it's a Jamaican B word. I used to tell them it means good morning. Oh. And they used to walk around. I'd be like, yo, just walk.
What's the Jamaican B word?
I can't say that.
Jamaican. But what does that B word mean? What does it translate to?
You talking about?
It's basically almost like the F word.
Okay.
You talking about like if you have something
clot.
That
If you
have something that clot, I just swore you was Jamaican.
Wow.
I think Jamaican. I love Jamaicans.
You look Jamaican.
I like West Indians. Like I grew up around. Huh? I don't know.
Shout out to CONRAD. He got
no reason.
But a lot of people don't know where they come from.
Nah.
Everybody be like, yeah, I'm African American. Okay. So what?
I know where I come from.
What kind of African American are you?
Yeah.
And then some people be like, I'm Cherokee. I'm like,
they don't know that. They is
what? So
alive.
what are you?
Yeah, that's why
So I'm Black Creole. So my mother is.
So you're Haitian.
Low key. Well, no, American. Well,
Like
Americanized.
French, like,
so my mother was born in New Orleans.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And my dad is a Negro. So he was born in Georgia. So if you mix them together, you're Black Creole.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Beyonce mixture. So her mama was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. My mom was born in 9th Ward. Her daddy from Alabama, but my daddy from Georgia. Get information, people.
Is that part of the yellow confession?
Yellow confession.
Is that part of Yellow Confessions?
Yes, man. How do you know?
Is that part of one of your? Is that one of your tracks?
Yellowpolitan. It was my take on Cosmopolitan. This track number 3, featuring me and King Dev.
Yes, sir.
That means a man that's worldly wise. You know, I'll be everywhere except overseas.
So what platforms do you have this on?
So.
Apple Podcasts.
Do you know anything about your podcast?
Spotify,
Google
Stitcher, Google Play,
iHeartRadio.
It's taking forever, but it'll be on there. TuneIn Radio.
SoundCloud.
I think that's SoundCloud.
So 7. I'm on major streaming platforms.
Yeah, that is all
submitted. Yeah, that's
dope.
all of them.
No, that's really dope.
Thank you so.
I just found Spotify because they had their platform on lock for a while. But I just found the link to get everything on there.
And I feel like a lot of people don't know what a podcast is.
Yes.
Can you define a podcast? Can you define? Since you own a podcast network,
podcasting is just our daily conversations, yo. Like it's really our daily conversations, but now we actually recording them. It's your freedom to talk and then draw people in just from your conversation, because we talk about a lot throughout from the day to day. So podcasting is that. But
so
now,
what's the difference between podcasting and radio?
It's not much.
It is a big difference. But radio is a big platform, but radio platform is not basically what it used to be. And on top of it, yes, you could travel with radio on the internet, but with podcasts you could be more free to say what you want. You don't have FCC rules to stop you, so you could basically,
even if you're on major streaming sites, you can still say whatever you want.
Yeah, you can play music to a certain
extent. To a certain extent,
not really.
Yeah,
because they could pull your whole podcast down if they want to.
So talk to me about that. So if Apple approves it, right? Doesn't matter. They approving the feed or are they approving the content?
If Apple is, if that artist is already on Apple platform, then they could get away with it because they're already paying for that.
There you go.
But
thank you, artists.
If you release it on YouTube, SoundCloud,
savages,
and a lot of other platform that is not the major platforms like Apple, Spotify,
you get that message.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna they would
that
just
message.
they would yank it off.
That?
No.
So you just want to cut it close because you don't want to create your content around the content that you don't own,
basically,
and then they have the power to be like, all right, we shutting it down. So like, for example,
cease and desist. That's what they get,
right? So for example, on my podcast, we played a snippet. I mean, and I say a snippet of not Beyonce, Nicki Minaj's Barbie Teens or whatever.
They're not gonna have that.
And I did visuals and everything like that. And it's a small snippet, and I put it on YouTube. The difference is we commented on it, and whoever the powers that be seen it and took it down, so you don't own the rights to that.
No, she got people that, I mean, that's all they do is pay attention to.
Right. So the difference is, so what I seen is people post things and post podcasts with music on it all the time, but from the artist standpoint, I don't want anything negative associated with my content, my product. So like if they see it, and let's say they see it and you play a good amount of it, but you was like, oh yeah, this is nice, they it's gonna be like, yeah, we can let that go. But if they see it and it's like you trashing them and stuff, they're gonna take it down with the quickness because they own it. It's like what Pharrell did with Donald Trump with Happy. He sent them the whole letter, right? Because it's unfavorable to their brand. So it's real. You on a slippery slope when you choose to do music on a podcast.
The best thing to do is get your own
local,
get your own music. Like how a lot of people doing their podcasts.
Album 2.
And you're moving into visual, because now this generation society now is very like visual.
Yes.
So one thing I want to target is IGTV, because I don't see nobody on that yet. I'm always looking at like what's not been done as of yet, and I'm sure it's on there, but just as a main platform.
Yeah, you got a couple people because of the timing on it. Yeah, that have been releasing a couple of things.
But I think it's a market that's gonna blow, and we ain't feeling it yet. But the IGTV, because they're not gonna invest in nothing like that. I think it's gonna take off in other ways as technology goes. Yeah,
they basically using what they do for Facebook because Facebook is owned by IG is owned by Facebook
now, yeah.
So it's basically the same
kind of platform,
right?
Yeah.
But it's
it is.
Yeah, it is.
But they're selling.
You ever noticed that you can link your Facebook and your IG?
Right, but I thought it was just like they're working in cahoots. Like, let's just work together, guys.
So when I did a sponsored ad on Instagram, and I got a Facebook receipt.
Because with that, you put all your information on Facebook,
right? So
then when you go to do a sponsor or ad or whatever, it pulls from your Facebook information. So you keep it. Facebook owns. They bought Instagram a minute ago, but like IGTV released, and then now they got Facebook TV. So where you can go and put your content on Facebook too.
Shout out to Snapchat, because they've been quiet for
Snap been quiet.
What's that? Not playing.
No. Honestly, what is that?
Too, but
what is Snapchat? Honestly, because I don't even go there anymore. I feel like people are so tuned into Instagram. Yes, because I notice I get more hits when I do my Instagram story than I would on Snapchat. I feel like this.
Can I tell you my perspective? Why is that? Because you get all in one. To me, like, people are lazy and they don't want to here go your feed, there go your story. Boom, it's just one. Right. Just that, even though it's just a double click.
Right.
They don't want to transfer the energy. So
right. And knowing that.
Okay.
How are you using that to produce your
as a creator?
As a creator, yeah.
Using what?
How are you going to grasp my attention knowing this is Sonic? How are you going to grasp my attention knowing that people want easy access to everything, and their attention span is very short. Very short.
So that's where the visuals going to come in. So I really wanted this material to find who it needed to find. So as a creative, I don't create for the hype no more. I've done that. I'm like mature enough in my mini career, whatever you want to call it, to kind of just be free and let that go. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more of a mature artist. I like to study artists. Hate to say her name, but Beyonce's a beast at marketing. She's a beast at this her creative process.
Right.
Even Jay. Just the way it's going, they're setting a standard. And I'm not Beyonce, and I never will be. But at the end of the day, I like her ethic, and I like the way she pays attention to detail. So for this platform, I wanted to reach an audience sonically first, and then when I release the visuals, because for some odd reason people like to watch me. I don't get it. I'm serious. They like to watch me, and I hate watching me. So they like to watch me. I think it's like a mysterious thing. I don't know, but I don't get it, but it works. So let's give you what you want, but I'm gonna do what I want first, if that makes sense.
Right.
So
I feel you.
Yeah.
So we're going with the hype now. Since you talked about the hype, and you're a fashion enthusiast.
Yes.
Cardi B just dropped her Fashion Nova line. Yeah. Did you get a chance to take a look at her pieces?
I've been real busy. Okay. So what I did see, I saw her promote something she had on. Okay. It was a Chanel inspired piece.
Right.
Dope.
Okay.
For that quality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to talk to you about whether you think her pieces are actually worth the hype.
Yeah.
It's sold out.
But are you buying it because it's Cardi B, or are you buying it because you like fashion?
It's both.
Because listen, I got duped, because she dropped her sneakers with Reebok.
Yeah.
If you know me, I don't wear sneakers. I go wear it to the gym, but I order me a damn Cardi B sneaker.
You ordered it?
I sent it back, but I ordered it.
You sent it back?
Yeah, because I ordered them outside. I ordered men, but I got to do because it's Cardi B. So am I going off of the hype, or am I going off the fact that it's really quality pieces?
Well,
I wanted to get your insight on that.
So this is my thing about Cardi B. Cardi B, her whole marketing strategy is common ground. So she's authentically her. Somebody's in her ear saying, "Stay ratchet," stay you, stay this.
Nah, that's her.
Yeah, it's her. If
somebody's telling her that, right?
Telling her like don't switch it up,
right.
whatever the case may be.
She's sticking to her though.
It's
working. It's working. It's not gonna work for because like, I noticed that there's a lot of hate on her.
Yeah,
but you can't hate what is a person.
You can't
she's always been like people have been following her. I don't know if people have been following from her Instagram days. Right. I've been following her from when she was on Instagram. Yeah. And I used to just follow just to laugh. Right. Because the stuff that she used to say was just so... Her skits...
Today is still funny.
Her skits were so crazy.
She's authentic. But somebody in the industry, it's easy to manipulate somebody else's brand and image.
But
she's a natural creator.
Right. Yeah. So... why she is succeeding is because people can relate to her. It's just I can relate to her. I mean, and not to get, I don't get into politics or whatever the case may be, but it's the same thing about like Trump. People are like, oh, why he in office? It's because y'all voted him.
Nah, he's a troll.
Yeah,
he's a straight troll.
Y'all put him in office. He's a reflection of really people that voted for him. So same thing for Cardi B. We all, we might not like identically identify with her, but we definitely like.
No, I know a couple people like her.
Yeah,
I do. You can relate.
Me too. She is an average Bronx kind of girl,
right? She's relatable. Yeah, she's always been her true self. She's remained authentic, and that's why some people like it, some people don't. Yeah. But I feel like at some point, when do you have to start rebranding yourself? When do you change that ratchetness, right, and start rebranding?
I feel like if you started off authentically, because she is still young, I feel like she'll grow into it. My prime example to that, and even though he's not that much better, but he's way better than he was, is August Alsina. August Alsina didn't have no PR etiquette. He was just a talented guy, whatever the case may be. But if you watch his interviews and things of that nature, and you just saw him mature at album 2 and about to come out with album 3 or whatever, or 4 or whatever. It just comes with time. You know what I mean? And one thing I learned about artists, since we are all creatives in this room, is I stopped expecting what they've done, and I like to grow with them. I hate hearing when people say, "Oh, she ain't give me this song, and she ain't give me that song no more." Well, do you still look the same 5 years ago? You know what I'm saying? Like, just grow with an artist. But then I had to understand that that's a creative mindset, and everybody don't think like that. People are dumb like this box of tissues. Right.
And she's a mom now, so definitely you're gonna see some change with motherhood.
Right.
You definitely will see some change with motherhood. God gives you what you need, so she's gonna change with motherhood.
And growth is such a beautiful. I hate to get all deep, but it's a beautiful process. Like
for some people.
Yeah, but if you learn from it, like just take it and develop. Like for instance, like me doing this podcast is definitely outside of my comfort zone. I like to stay that low. What is he doing? Whatever. Don't talk. Don't hear. Just produce whatever. It's just good to grow and to do something with that growth. I think a lot of people don't do that. So I'm gonna get off that box.
Well, it's that time. It is 6 o'clock. It's time for the rundown to shut down. But we are here every Monday from 4 to 6 next week. Same time, 100.9 FM. Shout out to all my guests for coming through. Prince O, Conrad, The Yellow Confessions is out right now.
Yes.
On every streaming, every streaming outlet. You can find The Yellow Confessions. If you want to learn more about podcasting, contact Dev. How can you reach you?
Devin, at King Devdo, KINGDEVDOE.
What's your network?
Static Vibrations Network.
Get familiar.
Vibrations Network.
Static Vibration Network. Gonna do big things. I gotta reach out to you because I'm gonna start.
You need to.
I've been telling you about it.
I know.
And make sure everybody shows up this week Saturday. Again,
this Saturday.
It's going to be
lit. You doing giveaways?
Soca. No. From 4 to 9.
I don't know yet. I might have Racqui do a giveaway on her IG.
Okay.
So.
It's the rundown.
I'm right here. Give it to me.
It's the rundown with your girl Racqui B. I see you same time next week, same time Monday, right here.